The next thing that we're covering in Adobe Premiere Pro is transitions. Now, transitions is where we start to get a little bit more complicated. We're going to apply multiple different techniques, and we're going to start to split our video footage across different levels on our timeline. So we're getting a little bit more intricate now. So let's start off with a basic push transition. So as you can see, we've got our first clip here and we've got our second clip here. They're next to each other on the timeline. Now, of course, you could go into the effects panel and you could search for a transition. So you can maybe go for a slide transition. And let's face it, that would probably work. It's probably going to do exactly what you need. But it's really important that we understand how we can do this manually. So let's say we want this transition to push this clip off screen. So the camera movement is going this way. So it's traveling towards the right, but the trees are going towards the left. So let's animate this clip over to the left and bring the other one in from the right to the left. So in order to do that, we want to find the point where we want to start the transition. So let's go around here. We're going to drag the second clip up onto video layer 2 and then drag it back towards the playhead. So you can see we've got this moment in time where the two clips are basically on top of each other. But of course, like we've learned before in a previous video in this series, it's just going to cut to that because it prioritizes what's on the higher levels. But of course, we want this slide transition to happen. So at this moment in time, we're going to go to the point where that clip comes in. We'll go to position in the effects control panel and create a new keyframe on toggle animation on position. And we'll do the same on the bottom, toggle animation on position. Then we're going to scrub through to the end, -1 frame. And we're just going to do the same. We're going to create a new keyframe, but rather than pressing here, we're going to press here. So this is going to add a keyframe. And we'll do the same on video layer 2. Now, this is the point, this second keyframe, where this clip has arrived. The first point, it should be off screen. So we're going to go to that first point. We're going to hover over that first keyframe that we created. And we're going to adjust the value. We're going to slide this off screen to the right. So around here. Now, if we play this back, you'll notice this first clip, this top clip is sliding in, but the bottom clip is just staying still. And that's because we haven't changed the second keyframe on that one. So let's turn off video layer 2 for now. So we've just got video layer 1. Now we'll go to that second keyframe, which is here. As you can see, let's just make sure we're at the right point. Yes, those keyframes are marrying up with each other. So now we're just going to move this over to the left because the clip has come in from the right and push this over. So if we turn video layer 2 back on and we go frame by frame, you can see what's happening. It's pushed that off screen. Of course, that was really quick though. So let's extend that out. So let's drag this clip over and now you can see these keyframes, they don't match at all. So let's drag the playhead back to the beginning of this clip, go to the second clip, and we're going to pull that first keyframe out to here. Then we're going to go over to that second keyframe, which was 1 frame before the end. Click the second clip and we'll move that over. So essentially we've got this same gap on the top and the bottom, and by doing so, we've got that transition now happening. And that is a sliding transition happening inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. In a previous episode, we learned how adjusting levels through keyframe animation create a flash. And we could use that flash effect to create a flash transition. Now, I'm going to introduce you to something new, which is the adjustment layer. So I'm going to go into the new item. We'll go to adjustment layer. Make sure the width and the height is matching the values of the composition. By default, it will be, but if something weird is happening like this, for example, then just make sure you change it to the right values. Press OK, and we'll drag this over the clips on video layer 2. So we've got our clips on video layer 1 and our adjustment layer on video layer 2. And this transition is going to be quite quick, so we don't need this to be as long as it currently is. So if we press C on the keyboard, we can cut the start and cut the end of that adjustment layer. Great. So at this moment in time, I'm going to go into the effects panel. I'm going to search for levels, and I'm going to drag levels onto the adjustment layer. Now, at the point where this transition clips over, so 1 clip here, second clip here, at that point of transition, which is here, we're going to go to levels, and I'm going to change the white input level down to the higher number. So let's go to 91. Create a brand new keyframe on the white input level. Then we're going to go maybe 3 or 4 frames to the left and pull that back up to 255. So if we scrub through, You can see just before that transition, we're increasing the exposure. Then the clip changes over. And then we go 5 or 6 frames to the right, pull that back up to 255. And you can see we've just got our exposure flash happening. The clips are transitioning in front of each other. Great. And we can even take this one step further by adding in a blur effect on top of the flash effect. So we'll go to that transition point again. So one clip ends, second clip starts. I'm going to go to effects and search for blur. Now there's multiple different blurs, but I find the fastest one here is a Gaussian blur. We're going to drag that onto the adjustment layer. And by default, you can see the amount has gone up to 20. I'd say that's a good level of blur. So let's create a brand new keyframe on the amount. And same thing again, let's go 4 or 5 frames to the left. And I'm just using the back button to do that, by the way. You can just scrub through on here. Pull that down to 0. So you can see over time it gets blurry. We'll go another 5 or 6 to the right, pull that back down to 0. And you can see by using keyframe animation on the levels, we've increased the exposure up to the point of transition. And then the same with the blurriness. We've used keyframe animation to change the blurriness at that transition. And there you go. We've got this blur flash transition happening. And essentially the theory behind this is we've got our video clips on video layer 1 and our transition on video layer 2. Now, of course, because all of the transition effects are now sitting on that adjustment layer, we can press C to load up the razor tool, make a cut at that transition point, which is here. So this is our marker now. So if we marry our clips up to that cut, this is going to be where the transition's happening. We can go ahead and we can just do this again. So let's move this set of clips over here. There you go. We've got a basic cut there. But if we wanted to copy and paste that, we would go Command C. So we highlight the adjustment layer, go Command C on Mac or Control C on Windows. Then we'll go Command V or Control V. Again, Mac or Windows, depends, up to you. We'll move that up so you can see the cut in that transition is now lined up with the cut of these 2 clips. So it flashes, and then we've got our swipe. So those are 2 different transitions happening inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. Now we've used 2 different layers on our video sequencer. We've used adjustment layers, we've used keyframe animation, we've used a levels effect, and we've used a Gaussian blur effect. So you can see already we're stacking up the effects and the techniques used inside of Premiere. But it all feels pretty reachable, right? It doesn't feel overly complicated. It's just a little bit of extra knowledge stacked on top every single time. And that's essentially it with Premiere. It's just a little bit here and a little bit there, and you stack knowledge on top of each other to build out custom effects, transitions, and presets. So that brings me on to the end of this video. And the next video, we're going to talk all about masking. Now, masking is essentially just a way of cropping or cutting out parts of your videos, but we'll get onto that in the next video. So see you there.